Good evening all and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Things have been pretty crazy, but I'm back and I'm back with a What's Sold Sunday. It's not coming out on Sunday, obviously. This isn't a Sunday that you're watching it, if you're watching it as it's been released. But it is Sunday for me right now, so I'm trying to keep to that this is sort of when I do things. First of all, I'm sorry I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I know I shouldn't have to apologise, but you guys take the time and effort to actually watch my videos, be subscribed, and I at least feel like I owe you an explanation of what's been going on. Ultimately, life's just been busy. It's the best explanation for it. We've had a week where I had off work sick, a week where the boys had off work sick. Well, I had the week off to look after the boys because they were sick. My wife had her uni exams last week, so that was pretty hectic just leading up to that. Things have just been really, really crazy busy, and I wish I had more time to be out here, but that's the reality of being a parent of two little boys, a husband, a friend, full-time employee. Life is just busy, and sadly, making videos, as much as I'd love to be able to do more of them, this is kind of the last thing that I get to do of a week if I have time. But all saying that, it's been Black Friday, and then we got Cyber Monday, so I decided to put on a 30% off sale on my Depop and eBay. Depop, I saw diddly squat, so I'm at the end of my tether with Depop. I'm realistically thinking of just getting rid of Depop. It's just painful, ultimately. It takes up more time to list stuff than probably the benefit I'm getting from it. I'm only doing it at the moment because ultimately I'm already listing on Poshmark and eBay, and so I'm like, what's the harm of doing another one? But I'm very, very close to getting rid of it. But putting 30% off sale, some of the things have sold cheaper than probably what I would have liked them to have sold, but ultimately everything is selling at a profit for me or for my consignees. I've kind of done that because a lot of the stuff that has sold is probably stuff that's been priced up rather than a lot of the lower price stuff that's good. That's already gone. So this stuff that has sold this weekend is a lot of the higher price stuff that people have grabbed because it's come down in price a little bit. So yeah, do sales work? 100%. 100%. I'd been averaging about 10 items a weekend over the last little while. This weekend I've done over 30, so it's definitely really, really helped. In saying that, the highest price item that I sold this week I didn't actually sell. It sold at the antique store, and it was a vintage Cyclops car, which is like a kid's ride-in car. I can't even think of the rest of how to explain it. But really, really cool vintage car that was from one of my consignment lots, and it sold for $700 across the till. So they will take their 20%. I'll get that. I'll then take 40%, and the rest will go to my consignee. So very, very happy about that. It was a really good result. But I'm going to spin this around now, and I'm going to take you through what has sold. I'll give you a bit of an explanation on the important ones, and the rest we will just keep moving. But there weren't a lot of low-end ones. It's mainly going to be like the PlayStation games and some of the single DVDs, but most of the stuff has actually been pretty reasonable this weekend. So, like I said, I'll spin you around, and you can see what we have done. So this is it, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to spin the camera around so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Cool. All right, so this is what we have sold. It is a heavy, hefty bunch. I'll start off here in the middle, make a bit of room, and then we'll go from... Oh, gosh. Got a bit of dust in my chest. All right. This is first and foremost Centenary of Rugby League, West Tigers. If you see anything that's Centenary of Rugby League, grab it, because this stuff always sells super duper fast. I've had some Tigers gear, I've had some Rabbitohs gear. Pretty much anything Centenary League, it flies out the door. Next up, we've got this unit hat, $100 bill units. Really good nick. Sold well. You know, I just took a risk with it. It's not a brand I normally pick up, but it was an interesting print. A really nice, you know, overall print, something different, some nice embroidery of the logo, and was legit. So I grabbed it, and it sold well. We then have this. This I picked up a while ago from some other resellers that were going out of business. It is a McFarlane's official, MLB official, Ken Griffey Jr., who is, if not in the Hall of Fame, I definitely think that he is earmarked to be in the Hall of Fame. People do expect that to happen. I'd have to double check if he is or isn't, but definitely a great player, Ken Griffey Jr. So I was surprised this one stuck around for as long as it did, but again, like I say, this sold over the weekend due to the 30% off sale. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'd recognize these Olokai shoes. I got a bundle of these for $10 each, brand new in box. And they've sat for a while. I really thought they were going to move quicker. I'd never seen Olokai and then out in the wild, but I've seen other resellers in the US talking about them. So I picked these up at $10 a pop. Brand spanking new, never been worn, but finally these sold for $100. So pretty happy. $10 into 100. Oh, $10 into 90, I should say. I think it was 90 bucks they sold for, but still 10 bucks into 90 is definitely a good result. These were, I sold at a loss, but that's okay. They were $5 for me to buy each, and I've sold them for $7 or so each. A couple of cheap games there. I've got this Deadpool. I do like picking up Funkos. They just sell slowly. They're good money. If you can get them for around $4 and sell them for $30, free postage, they're always good. You then have N64 games here. So we've got Earthworm Jim. Nice little Earthworm Jim there in really good nick. We've got Extreme G as well. I remember playing that one quite a lot. And then Donkey Kong 64 in really good nick. It does have the previous owner's name on it, just under there. So that's the only downside with that. But still sold really well. Have a bunch of games, and I don't remember which ones, sold for really good money. But we did sell Pirates of the Caribbean. That is a 4-pack tested. Another sealed. I know that's just a BBC thing. Some cheap games there and a couple of others. Not really any great money in that. Then over here we've got Dinotopia. This is a first Australian edition book, and that has sold for $20. So good to see that one from $1. We've got the Ren and Stimpy Show, seasons 1 through to 6, I think it is. Ultimately 4, 5 and some extras. So 1 through to 5 plus some extras. So that's the whole collection of the original Ren and Stimpy Show. That sold well. We also have here, sorry, I'm just trying to put that down, just making room. Line of Duty. Fantastic show. Series 1 to 4. If you haven't watched Line of Duty, I highly recommend you go and watch it. One of the best British TV dramas in a long time. That and Luther. Super excited to see Luther has a movie coming out soon. I did see the first images from the Luther movie with Idris Elba. But Line of Duty is just phenomenal. An absolutely brilliant show. So that didn't last for very long. And then we have Randy's Kitchen Nightmares, the complete collection. Also a quick sale. That was $5 into that, and that sold for, I think, $70. We then move on to here, so we got some more consignment lots. We have Big Mouth Billy Bass. That is one of Greg's. It's one of his personal items. He told me that that's all working. I'll take his word for it. We've sold it for $100, so keep an eye out for Big Mouth Billy Basses. They are good money, so long as they are the original. So what you want to see on the back, you want to see this, 1999, Jemmy Industries, Irving, Texas. That's exactly what you want to see, and that means that it is vintage. We also have this here. This is a Sunstar 1/18th scale metal model of the Spirit Opportunity Mars Explorer rover. Really, really cool item. The box has been open, but it's all in there, and that is actually going over to the US. So obviously they don't make that anymore, and it is a really, really nice model. We also have this. This is a Wiggles. I think it's 2008. So we are before Lockie and Emma joined. You'll see you've got the original cast, and I think it's Sam is the yellow Wiggle there. But it's new with tags. 2012, sorry, 2012 that one is. But new with tags, and that sold nicely with the sale on. And then we will move to clothes. So we have sold a stack of clothes this weekend. Some really cool stuff. So first of all, we've got this Philadelphia Flyers NHL licensed, really nice women's hoodie. It doesn't have the cord in it. I did show photos of that, but that's still sold. We then have this Harley Davidson, another ladies hoodie. So all legit. You can see we've got the band on the side there. You've got all these press studs here, the Harley Davidson press studs. Nice little sleeve there, Bergdale, Minnesota. And then on the back, check this out. Look at those rhinestones. Those rhinestones and angel wings. So really, really nice piece there. That's sold well. Got another Harley piece. This is a vintage Harley Davidson. You'll see down here it says 1992. It's only the front, but it is on the Acme merchandising. So really cool piece there with the great white shark and the old style Harley. So that's sold. This is the second one of these I've had, and they don't ever last. So if you ever see Illawarra Steelers merch, grab it. That is the previous name of before St George Illawarra joined up to become the Dragons. Illawarra were the Steelers. They do still play in the New South Wales Cup, I believe, the Illawarra Steelers. So there isn't a lot of merch out there, and that is the OG logo that they used to have. But this is now obviously the lower league. It is still NRL Authentics. So it's still really good to find these, and they do always move. This is a player or a Olympian issued. I found these a very, very small number of these, but this is Olympian issued. It is one of theirs, one of the Australia team issued, whether it was, I shouldn't say Olympian, it could have been anyone from the team, but Team Australia, these were issued to, so whether they were support team, whatever, these were issued to the team, and that has sold. I have this Laurie Market, and this is a bit questionable, this one, so I'm going to see what happens with it, but I'm fairly certain it is legit. The only thing that I'm questionable on is I don't have anything on the neck here. And I do believe it's supposed to have something on the neck here, but everything else looks really, really nice. The stars have a little bit of movement, but you kind of expect that on the edges of those. I've got this down here with the Night Connect 48 Swingman, with the holographic tag. And ultimately on the back, the thing that really sells me on it is this NBA tag is just clean as. Really, really nice NBA tag. And Markkanen is very good as well. So it's telling me everything that it may be. I just don't have that bit. And I'm worried that I may cop it with that one, but I'm willing to take the hit on the chin with that. We then have this Puma Golf. You guys know I like golf shirts, and all my golf shirts are flying out the door at the moment. That's kind of one of the biggest sellers I've got. So Puma Golf, beautiful brand, really nice shirt. Look out for that logo, because it doesn't always say Puma Golf on the shirts, but if you get that hexagonal logo with the dots, you know that that is Puma Golf and worth grabbing. Here is a St. Pauli. So FC St. Pauli, they are an Italian soccer team, and this is one of their supporter shirts. Just a nice little find, and it has gone, but you can see it's all legit. FCSPshop.com. So yeah, cool. We then have our second last sale. This is through Poshmark. I sold these two shirts. So I've got a Wrangler press stud long sleeve button-up shirt there, and I have a Levi's press stud button-up shirt. But the big fun seller, the one that I really, really love, is this vintage Lee Sport jacket. So you'll see Lee Sport. It is made in Macau, so it's not made in USA, but that's okay. Not everything has to tick all the boxes, but it is Michigan State. We've got the beautiful Lee Sport press studs there. It's just such a nice thing, and you'll see Michigan on the back here. So that is a very, very cool denim jacket that has sold. So that's a lot, guys. That's quite a lot. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to move back to my desk and we can have a bit of a chat. Yeah. So that's kind of where things are at, guys. I'm trying to get better at getting videos out. I know I've promised you guys to do a video on hats, and I do have a bundle of hats just over here. All these hats here, these need to be washed, so I am keeping my hats. You'll see I've got a stack of hats still up here that need to be dealt with, and then even more hats in here. So it's just pretty crazy, realistically. I have a lot of stock, as you can see, from board games, 1D, clothes that I've picked up, a lot of vintage clothing, this jersey lot that you guys have seen as well. I've got him there. Like, there's a lot going on. I feel out of breath just looking at it all, just knowing how much there is. Because there's only a limited amount of time when you're doing this part-time. You want to still be able to spend time with friends. You want to be able to spend time with your wife and kids. So that's kind of where we're at. It's just tough, guys. That's the reality of it. I'm very tired at the moment. Part of this video is I wanted to be open and honest with you guys. So I want to be honest here. I kind of gloss over how I'm going quite a lot. I know I talked about my mental health early on in the videos. My mental health is going well. I think that's important to say. I'm very much more realistic in regards to how I view things out there, and you know, the position that I'm in, and as much as I am very tired. I know this is a period of time while my wife is studying and I'm having to do both working full time and the reselling, that it definitely takes a lot out of me to be trying to be dad, trying to be husband, trying to be an employee, trying to run a business, trying to spend time with friends, you know, be a DM for D&D, involve myself in some hobbies that aren't, you know, this business, and do stuff that gives me an outlet. So yeah, it is difficult at times, but I do still love what I'm doing with the reselling. I do still want this to become my full time, because there's so much freedom, flexibility, and opportunity in it. In that, you know, it doesn't just have to stick at, you know, op shop sourcing. It can be, you know, looking for bulk opportunities, moving stuff to other resellers, whatever it may be, down the track. But it is challenging at times doing it on your own by yourself in this manner, because my days, you know, just so you guys are aware, most of my days I'm up at 6:30, either by myself to get ready for work, or one of my boys normally wakes me up. I'll then work all day, unless if it's a weekend, and I'm still then spending time with the family and the boys. Get home. Quite often I'm the one making dinner. I love cooking. That's one of my big outlets, is that I do love cooking. And so I'll normally cook dinner, and then, you know, pop the boys off to bed, and I get straight out to here 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I work until midnight most nights. So, and then there's the wind down from that. So I'm normally asleep 1:30, 2 o'clock kind of thing once I've wound down and dealt with all of that. So it's very taxing. Thankfully, I'm used to those sorts of hours and a lot of work. Otherwise, my body would probably be disintegrating right now. But I did want to be honest with you guys, so you understand that it's challenging. There's not a lot of time in there for me to film videos and do stuff. It's just that I've decided on weekends I'm only going to do 5 listings a day. That way I can bank some extra stuff up during the week to be able to roll over to the next week. Because, you know, Monday nights we normally have friends come over, so I can't get out here and load up any listings, etc. And then Wednesdays or Fridays are normally busy as well with Bible studies or D&D. So things are pretty crazy. But I appreciate you guys that watch, that support, that are part of this. I'm trying to be more active on Instagram, just showing what I'm finding and popping stuff up there. So keep an eye out on that. Watch out for my stories. Again, if you guys see anything that I'm picking up on Instagram, you like that, flick us a message. I'm always happy to move stuff to people that like things on Instagram. It's not a big way that I sell at the moment. You know, I'm not someone who just sells through Instagram, but I'm very happy to move stuff. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep watching, because I will do a breakdown of the figures shortly for the weekend, and there are a lot of figures. But otherwise, guys, I really do appreciate you watching this. It means a lot to me. I do love what we're doing here. I do love the fact I can share it, and I can help others out through what I've learnt doing this. So thanks very much, guys. Hope you have a great week, and just remember to just keep flipping. Okay, guys, so here are the figures for the week. I'll just take you through. So total sales were $1,483.80. Our total cost of goods is $136.08. There were quite a few consignment lots. You would have seen them as we went along. Our fees and freight come to $573.44, meaning that our net return is $774.28. So that
is a really, really good result. Thankfully, it did sort of validate me putting that 30% markdown on and really did help. And in the end, with everything that we sold, a couple of small things, a couple of big things, we did end up with an average sale price of $41.22. So hopefully that has shown you that realistically, guys, I will do another 30% off sale leading into Christmas. It's great to move stuff. I'm also going to be moving older stock, so stock that's over a year and a half old. I'm going to be either pulling it if I don't think it's good. I'll relist stuff that I think is worthwhile, but otherwise I'm just going to pull stuff or try and do a bit of a bigger markdown on some of those things. But really appreciate all your support. Stay safe, keep working hard, and we'll see you next time here on Falls Creek Flips.